কত ভালো। ওমা কোথায়? ওমা ओमा खबर कैसी आई?
अच्छा अस्सी।
हाँ ठीक है। एक्सीडेंट ছিল यार।
वो सॉरी বলেছে।
শান্ত হয়ে যা, শান্ত হয়ে যা। যা যা শান্ত হয়ে যা। যা
ওকে তুলে যাও, পাগল আছি না।
চলো আমরা রব।
ও আমরা সাথে কেন ঝগড়া করে?
ও ওরকম আছে।
ওদের ভুলে যাও না।
হয়েছে ক্ষমা করো ভাই। ঝগড়া ঘটোটা
চল আমরা যাও।
তুই যা, তুই যা, তুই থাকো।
রাতে যা হলো আমি সরি।
এখন লাগছে
তা ঠিক আছে।
You're under arrest for robbery.
কি হয়েছে? আমি কিছু করলাম না। কি হয়েছে? কি হয়েছে?
Joel Ibrahim, you're charged with voluntarily causing hurt in committing robbery.
চুরি করার জন্য
Your minimum sentence is 5 years of imprisonment with no less than 12 strokes of the cane.
5 বছরের জেল।
Your first court mention will be held on 8th August and the bail is set at $30,000.
বেল $30,000 লাগবে।
বেল না দিতে পারলে?
বেল না দিতে পারলে তোমাকে জেলে থাকতে হবে।
না হতে পারে না, আমার পরিবার আছে, ওদের জন্য কাজ করতে হবে।
আমি বুঝতে পারছি জল, কিন্তু তুমি কোর্টের বেলের তারিখ চেঞ্জ করতে পারো না।
ওদেরকে বলো আমি নির্দোষ, আমি নির্দোষ।
জল
দয়া করে বলো।
আমি বলবো, কিন্তু আমি তোমাকে কিছুভাবে সাহায্য করতে পারবো না। এক্ষেত্রে তোমার উকিল চাই যে তোমাকে সাহায্য করতে পারে।
My name is Rita Naranjan. I take cases through the Criminal Legal Aid Scheme. What we do is provide lawyers on a pro bono basis to people who cannot afford legal criminal representation. In this particular case, he was a first-time offender, and the charge against him was an aggravated robbery charge. It might be a little harsh a charge for a first-time offender. There might be a little more to it. When I looked at the charge sheet, what these complainants said was stolen did not add up. $1,800 taken along with ID cards.
You know, we might be able to get a reduced charge. He is a first-time offender after all.
Something's not right. Who carries around $1,800 in cash?
Especially when they've been drinking.
Exactly, and why take the ID cards? Those are useless to him.
আমার প্রিয় মা, 1 মাস থেকে আমি জেলে আছি। আমি টাকা পাঠাতে পারছি না। আমার অনেক কষ্ট। আমি কিন্তু ভয় পাইনি। আমি চোরি নয়, আমি চোরি নয়, আমি চোর নয়, আমি চোর নয়।
Your Honor, prosecution offers a reduction from Section 394 to Section 392, simple robbery.
তোমার দোষ কমিয়ে দেবার কথা হচ্ছে,
provided the accused pleads guilty.
কিন্তু তোমাকে তার জন্য তোমার দোষ স্বীকার করতে হবে।
The minimum sentence is 3 years imprisonment and no less than 12 strokes of the cane.
তোমাকে 3 বছরের জেল করা হতে পারে আর 12টা কেনের বাড়ি।
আমি চুরি করিনি, আমাকে ফাঁসাচ্ছে।
Your Honor, the accused says that he is not guilty of robbery. He says that they are framing him.
Does he understand that he will face more severe charge if he should choose to continue and go to trial?
তুমি কি জানো যে তুমি যদি তোমার দোষ স্বীকার না করো তাহলে তোমাকে ঘোরতর বিচারের সম্মুখীন হতে হবে?
আমি বুঝেছি।
Your Honor, he says that he understands.
Zhao is a good worker. Works very hard. Never giving troubles.
So, in your opinion, it's not likely that he would rob someone?
Why would he? I always pay him on time. His brother is also working in Singapore. So 2 of them sending money back home. I don't think the family have any financial problems. He never mentioned anything about needing money.
This whole thing doesn't make any sense. He spent all that money and effort to come here and work. He'd want to stay out of trouble and continue working.
You're right. Why would he risk being sent back for such a small amount of money?
And there aren't even any facts about that money. Were they $50 notes, $100 notes, coins?
Nothing. Unrecovered, just missing.
Seems to me that it didn't even exist in the first place. We need to speak to Jaul as soon as possible.
I've already sent a request to Changi Prison, and as for the translation, we were told to contact the Mr. Adin.
Miss Rita, I'm in Bangladesh. I'll be back on August 22nd.
I'm aware of that, Mr. Adim. I've arranged for a visit with Jaul on 23rd August.
Should be fine.
The appointment time is 2:15. We only have 2 hours and I need every minute we have for this first meeting. The first meeting is usually a lengthy one because I need to get all the facts possible. I have to arrange it with Changi Prison.
But that's so far. I mean, it's really inconvenient for me, you know. Is there at least transportation provided?
Take a cab and get a receipt?
You know how inconvenient that is. Is there lunch provided?
No. Lunch will not be provided.
Fine.
Again, we only have a very limited time, so please don't be late. What is the time now?
2:20.
We should have started by now. Where is this guy? Mr. Adim, where are you now?
I'm on my way. What's your problem?
Eventually, he turned up at about 2:30 p.m., after which we started the interview with the accused person. He speaks in Bengali, so I only understand smatterings of it. What was frustrating for me was that I didn't get the interpretation that I needed to prepare a defense. The details were lacking. He would try to tell me his story. For example, the beginnings of a fight, how they attacked him, who attacked him. None of this was translated. The interpreter would just say,
Well, there was a fight.
"Is that really all he said?"
Yes.
I could tell the accused person didn't want to talk to me anymore. Ultimately, I felt very frustrated. So I tried another approach.
आपको हिंदी आती है?
I tried speaking Hindi, which I'm not fluent in. And to communicate in a middle language like Hindi was very difficult. I was getting nowhere. This interview actually ended half an hour early because I couldn't gather any facts that I needed. It was the most difficult interview I have ever done. He and his brother send money home for their parents. They're saving up for his sister's wedding. He was involved in a fight. It was self-defense. He was framed and doesn't know why, and he didn't rob anyone. That's it. 2 hours, and that's all I got.
If you can't even communicate with our client, what are we supposed to do?
Your Honor, in light of the points raised by my learned friend here, the prosecution will be reviewing our charges against the accused.
This was very lucky. Most likely, they realized that there were not enough elements or not enough evidence in order to make the charge against aggravated robbery stick. Thank you, my learned friend. That is very much appreciated. Your Honor, I have struggled with an unprofessional translator and was unable to communicate with my client. And I'm apprehensive that the scenario will repeat itself. I took into account the accused person's cultural background. Being a woman of an ethnic minority, I felt that he would be more comfortable with a male lawyer. And I could feel the way I was being treated by the interpreter as well. And as such, I would like to request permission to discharge myself from the case.
Permission granted, counsel.
আমার প্রিয় মা 3 মাস হয়ে গেল তোমার অনেক কষ্ট হয়েছে না ভাই যা পাঠাচ্ছে ওই দিয়ে চালাতে হবে মা আমি জেলে আছি এই ভেবে তুমি অনেক কষ্টতে আছো আমি তোমাকে অনেক কষ্ট দিয়েছি
আমার গর্বে আছে কি তুমি আমার ছেলে কিন্তু আমরাও তো মানুষ আমাদের মতো সমান আছে হায় মা আমাদেরকে গাছি মতন হতে হবে লম্বা আর শক্ত হতে হবে
মা আমি স্থির থাকবো মা মনে শক্তি রাখবো
That's all I have on the case, Rajendran. Thank you so much for helping me.
Not a problem, Rita.
You should get a different interpreter.
Of course.
Well, if you need any other assistance, just let me know.
I will.
ওরা এগিয়ে ও করেছে
Is this a list because of bullying him and that they have done so before?
The prosecution has some witnesses against you, and they all say that you attacked and robbed Khalid.
Here's a list of names.
আমি ভাবলাম ওরা আমার বন্ধু
These same people attacked me.
There was another mention, and prosecution are no longer proceeding with a robbery charge.
That sounds like a good thing.
We are having an informal meeting soon. Would you like to attend?
I went to meet with the prosecution at an informal meeting. And this is where we discussed what the accused person is really like, because I know that the prosecution has never met him.
We've decided to proceed with Section 323, voluntarily causing hurt.
But you dropped the robbery charge because it was based on a false complaint. Now this 323 charge, isn't it still based on the same false complaint?
Look, my hands are tied. These are my instructions.
Look, my good friend. Chow has already been remanded for 3 months. Without warrant, without bail, and in jail.
His family is really suffering. His mother had a heart attack. We just don't think it's really in the interest of justice for this to go on.
I can't make any promises. Please relay our offer to your client.
Tumi ki shrika koroko tumi koroko taho doma anukam taka dite hobe.
আমাদেরকে গাছের মতন হতে হবে, লম্বা আর শক্ত হতে হবে।
না, আমি নির্দোষ। আমি নির্দোষ। No, I'm innocent.
You have to go for trial, and if convicted, it will be the initial judge.
Robbery with hurt. It's much more serious.
আমি বুঝেছি। I understand.
যাও।
Your Honor, we have decided not to proceed with Section 323. All charges against the accused are dropped.
তোমার এগেইনস্টে যে ধারা 322 চার্জ আছে সেটা ওরা ড্রপ করে দেবে বলছে।
Since that is the case, the accused Chow Ibrahim is hereby given a discharge amounting to an acquittal. You are free to go.
তোমাকে মুক্তি দেওয়া হচ্ছে, উনি তাই বললেন।
ধন্যবাদ, ধন্যবাদ।
I'm glad that prosecution and defense in this case could actually work together in the interest of the administration of justice.
Sir, ম্যাডাম।
So I got in touch with his employer and asked if he's willing to re-employ the accused. I think his freedom
is the best compensation that he has. The criminal legal aid scheme is important because the administration of justice should not have a hefty price tag to it. And this makes it possible. The volunteers give their time out of the bottom of their heart. And I think we love doing it. I love what I do.
Hello? Hello, Ma? আমি জন। আমি জেল থেকে বেরিয়ে গেছি। কেমন আছো মা?